Although we are still far from the end of the season, a Brazilian player is already standing out as a potential candidate for the world's best player, Raphinha. In this video, we will understand how he went from being dispensable for Barcelona to team captain and possibly the best player of the season. Forget the star-studded names from Real Madrid or the standout players from the Premier League. If the Ballon d'Or prize were awarded based on merit and fairness, today it should go to Rafael Diaz-Baloli, better known as Raphinha, the Barcelona attacking midfielder. So far, he's been having a spectacular season. What many might not remember is that he hasn't always experienced moments of glory at Barca. When he arrived at the club from Leeds, England, even with the high investment, the start was tough. He faced instability, spent time on the bench, and took a while to hit his stride. During every transfer window, Rafinha's name appeared in rumors of a possible departure, and many saw him as outside of Barcelona's plans, especially when Xavi was the coach last season. But things gradually began to change. Even with Barcelona going through a rough patch, without La Liga titles and an early elimination in the Champions League, Raphinha was one of the few who stood out, maintaining a solid and consistent performance. And despite the rumors, he always made it clear that fulfilling the dream of playing for Barcelona was something he would not give up on. Over time, the change became clear. For this season, Barcelona structured itself better, and this was largely due to a coaching change. With Xavi's tenure wearing thin, Barca went to the market and brought in Hansi Flick, the former Bayern Munich and German national team coach. So far, this choice has proven to be spot on. Flick is a coach who values the development of young, fast, and skilled players, exactly the profile of the current Barcelona, which has been avoiding major signings due to budget constraints. Flick's arrival has allowed Rafinha's true potential to shine. First, he changed positions. Previously, Raphinha played as a right winger, the same position he held with the Brazilian national team. Under Flick, he was repositioned to play as a midfielder and even as a left winger, as the right wing at Barca is now occupied by Lamine Yamal, a highly talented young player. This adjustment has been beneficial to Rafinha's game, showcasing his versatility and boosting his performance even further. So far, in 16 matches this season, Raphinha has accumulated 12 goals and 10 assists. In other words, he's directly involved in over 1 goal per game, an impressive average. Additionally, Flick gave him an extra responsibility, the captain's armband. This vote of confidence has brought him both morale and responsibility, and Raphinha has handled this new role remarkably well. And he hasn't been doing this only against weaker teams. Raphinha has shown in the Champions League, where he scored a hat-trick against Bayern Munich, a rare feat. And in the Clásico against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, he delivered an incredible performance, with a goal and an assist in Barcelona's 4-0 victory. Another interesting point to note is Raphinha's physical evolution. Anyone who remembers him from his time at Leeds knows he was always a player with explosive speed and individual skill. But for this season, he returned to Barcelona stronger and faster, with even more burst, something evident in the recent Clásico against Real Madrid. With the space allowed by Madrid's defense, Raphinha ran circles around Lucas Vázquez, leaving his opponent behind multiple times. This incredible performance earned him a spot back on the Brazilian national team, where he now plays in his new role, more as a midfielder, arriving unexpectedly in the attack. And it's been working well, as we saw in the recent FIFA matches against Chile and Peru. Of course, things could change by the end of the season, and I hope he keeps up this pace because it's exciting to see a different name among the favorites for the Ballon d'Or. But for Raphinha to truly contend for the award, Barcelona will need to step up. The club must aim for the La Liga title and make a deep run in the Champions League, at least to the semifinals, with Raphinha as a key player. Now think about it. If he were a more high-profile player, like Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo, wouldn't the media be talking about him even more? Not to take anything away from those two, who are fantastic, but just to show how the attention given to each player varies. For me, Raphinha is the player of the moment in Europe. What do you think? Do you agree that he deserves the Ballon d'Or based on his performance so far? Share your thoughts in the comments.